my theme music. Every good hero. How did you have some?
Hi, everyone. This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Thank goodness we have the Xavier McKinney coming in with those two big interceptions. The big touchdown. You can't forget old Quincy coming in. His name is just going to be Quincy now, because he's not. He is Mr. Quincy, causing the big sack of Derek Carr and the fumble recovered by Leonard Williams. Had the holding penalty, but it didn't matter whatsoever, because you know what? We got the ball, we got the sack, we got the win. We finally got a game where this is a game we've usually lost. We watch teams drive down, and then we would win this game. We would lose the game in overtime, or we would just lose it. They would go for the 2-point conversion, and we would have lost the game. You got to give all the credit in the world to the defense. The secondary finally played up to some expectations. Like I said, this is the way they should have been playing their entire year. Daniel Jones, 15 for 20 for 110 yards, 5.5 yards, and a touchdown. If one person tells me he carried this team, I'm going to slap him in the back of the head. Devontae Booker had a nice game here, 21 carries for 99 yards for 4.7 yards. It looked like he was going to go over 100 yards in that first half, but they kind of shut him down going to the second. But then Elijah Penny steps up with a big 5 carries for 35 yards and 7 touchdowns, had that big 12-yard run. Nice game. Good game. Defensive battle. And this is the way you figure this team is going to have to win, because the offense under Daniel Jones is putrid. We've said this a million times. If you take away that touchdown, we lose this game 16-14. So this is the way we always thought we were going to have to win. We thought we were always going to have to win with defense. It was nice to get a Dory Jackson sighting, see him play well. He had some nice pass defenses. He had 4 tackles. He looked excellent at times. Looked like the player that we wanted him to be. We were going to sit there, and like I said, but Xavier McKinney is the guy. His big pass defense. In that second interception, dude must have saw something in the film, because he literally, when that play was going on, he ran across the field into a certain position, like he knew where the ball was going to get that second pick. Good film study. That's all I'm going to say. Good film study. Yeah, and you know what? And like I said, this is a game that the Giants would normally have lost. But we got some breaks that, other teams have been getting against us. You got a good example is Derek Carr missing Waller on that wide open play in the end zone when he burned James Bradbury in the second quarter. That could have been a momentum shifter, but he overthrew him. He missed him. So the football gods were smiling down on the Giants. We're now 3-6. I don't want to hear anything about playoffs. Let's just enjoy this game before we start heading into, we're going to the playoffs now. We're 3-6. Okay, let's just, let's take it easy. Let's wait to see what happens next, because we got Tampa Bay coming up. Then we got the Eagles. And then the Dolphins we should be able to take care of. But then we got the Chargers and the Cowboys, which could be potentially 2 of the losses. We got the Eagles again. We got the Bears, could be a win. And then you got the Washington football team. I'm still predicting 6 to 7 wins. But it's a good win. The defense showed what we paid for. You paid for a Dory Jackson to come in here. You paid for James Bradbury to play well. You drafted Xavier McKinney, who was filling in more for Peppers, and who's getting more and more player time. And I think he's just building up more and more confidence in himself, which is what you want to see from a young player such as himself, because Peppers is not going to be back next year. It was a good win for the defense. And if anything you want to say, this was a defensive win. This was the defense keeping them out of the end zone, holding them to field goals, they got into the red zone. It was a bend not break defensive game. They got in the red zone. All they could do is get field goals. They missed that one field goal towards the end of the game as well. I mean, like I said, it was a good game. It was a good game to watch if you wanted a defensive battle from our perspective. Terrible game to watch if you're looking at our offense, but you know what? We're not going to care about that, because if your defense can play well enough and hold the team like the Raiders to 16 points, you gotta give them some credit. I like the other McKinney too, the linebacker, of course. He had a nice 4 tackles. He's been putting on a tackling clinic for Tay Crowder. Tay Crowder's making way too many plays still downfield. Too much, but you know what? He had 2 good pass defenses, which you normally don't see from him, which was really nice. It was nice to see that Darnay Holmes got into it a little bit as well. He had 5 tackles, 3 solo. Trent Harris, who I've been waiting to get a Trent Harris side, and he finally made the active roster. Had a nice game with 5 tackles and 1 solo. Like I said, it was just a good game plan. It was a good defensive game plan against a good offensive team. Yeah, people will say, well, Henry Ruggs thing was weighing on them, and they still got the John Gruden thing over their heads. Doesn't matter. A win is a win. Team is 3-6. Yeah, you hope this propels them into something. It sucks to be 3-6 at this point and then run into Tampa. And you have to be 100% honest about that. You're running into Tampa Bay, and that game is on the what game is on? The game is on the 22nd. Is that game on the 22nd? I don't even know when the hell that game is. Giants get the bye week. That's right. Giants get the bye week next week. Yep. So we got a week off. We got the other Monday Night Football game on the 22nd. I couldn't remember when we had our bye week. We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be interesting. If you want to talk about playoffs, then please don't. Wait to see if we beat Tampa, because then you could talk a little bit more about being at 4-6. But right now you're still 3-6. Let's wait a little. Let's try to beat Tampa. Let's get in. Then get into the 4-6 territory, and then start looking at the rest of your schedule. Because outside of maybe the Bears game, and hopefully maybe the Washington game, I don't see a lot of gimmies. You can't say the Eagle games are gimmies anymore. You can't say that like I said, you can't really say the Dolphins is a gimme game because it is in Miami. The biggest problem with their schedule is you have to go away to Tampa, the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Eagles, and the Bears. So you have some tough road games coming up against some teams that you probably should beat. But like I said, the way this season is progressing, Lord knows. But like I said, it was a good, solid defensive win. Offense is still not showing anything. I don't want to hear he didn't have his weapons. He had Tony. He had the smooth sounds of Kenny G. He had Booker rushing for 100. I think the game plan is always going to be don't let Daniel Jones lose the game. And then there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, if you have a below average quarterback and you play excellent defense, you could be a Joe Flacco team. You could be a Trent Dilfer team. You could be a Brad Johnson team. Not saying the Giants are going to the playoffs or the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is you can have a below average quarterback, an above average defense, and win games in the NFL. So we got to give our hats off to the Xavier McKinney, the savior, for having a big game, having the rest of the defense step up, playing well, playing solid. Good giant win. It'll be nice to do a winning stream tonight at 9:00. You got to book it. You got to love it. It was a fun game to watch from a defensive perspective. Giants takes this one at home against the Raiders, 23-16. Let's see what's next. We got a whole week off to talk about this win, and we'll have people talk about the playoffs. Wait till you hear the stream tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, this is Tim with the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could if you subscribe, and if you think it means, that'd be awesome.